Quite a scene in South Sacramento as hazmat crews covered head to toe carefully go through an abandoned house filled with chemicals. We're talking several different containers with unknown chemicals.
So how did they discover all of this in the first place, and how long will it take for them to figure out exactly what they're dealing with? CBS 13's Marley Ginter is live getting answers for us. Marley.
Elizabeth and Tony, neighbors out here tell me they noticed suspicious activity coming from this abandoned home. You can see that's what led city crews to come out, fence off this house, board it up, and even label it dangerous. They then discovered a lab and a garage filled with chemicals, and then the investigators believed that there was a chemist who had lived here in the past who was tinkering with chemicals. Fenced off and marked dangerous, hazmat crews in full gear spent another day sifting through a home off 19th Street near Matson Drive in South Sacramento.
Yeah, we've been here for 2 days already. They were here all day yesterday, all night last night.
Taryn Williams has a front row seat as crews discovered dozens of containers of chemicals in a home left abandoned after the owner passed away over the summer. All those chemicals enough to call out the city's Special Operations Division. Are there concerns with these chemicals? What kind could they possibly be?
There are all sorts of chemicals, like I said, small quantities.
Me and my wife, we were both really sad.
Neighbors like Jamar Williams, first sad to see their longtime neighbor go, now sad to see his home as a hazmat scene. It started with people calling 911 when they saw people breaking into it.
He's owned this house since it was built, so and then for someone to take over, you know, that was kind of a little. It was heartbreaking.
They were just going in there taking his stuff.
Firefighters tell me the house had a lab and a garage filled with a massive amount of chemicals. Crews now tasked with testing each one to make sure they dispose of them safely.
They're nothing that we should be afraid of. They're just small quantities, and we want to make sure that the labeling that are on the different containers match what is actually inside.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I just want to make sure there's nothing, flammable in there. Something could explode, something could leak out, get everybody sick, So I'm just happy that they're in there, just kind of just going over everything with a fine-tooth comb.
And that's definitely what they need to do. Let me give you some perspective. Again, the house had its own lab and garage, both filled with those chemicals. And I just learned from Sac City Fire tonight that crews were able to test 25 chemicals. But that was in just the lab. They still have the garage to go through, which was twice the size of the lab and held a lot more chemicals.
Sounds like they've got their hands full there. What a discovery. All right, thanks so much, Marley.